and played our hearts out, actually. I thought our defense played just tremendous, and can correct some of the mistakes that we made. First half, we made one mistake on defense, and they took advantage of it. We scrambled around, and we had man-to-man coverage, and the guy just didn't cover him. Just looked at the quarterback and stood there. And then, the missed field goals were tough for the momentum, tough for the adversity. You go down there, you work, you make plays, you get all the way down there, you stumble a little bit in the red zone, and then we don't come up with anything. That happened 3 times. Zero fumbles, I guess, till we fumbled the kickoff. Right, so the one fumble. I thought we took care of the ball. Quarterbacks took care of the ball, threw it away when they needed to, dropped some balls. We're banged up, got banged up real good. So a lot of guys got to play, So it was down there at the end. We got a little bit disorganized there at the end. A little crack in our character, but we'll be okay. I think we got a good team. We've got to stay healthy. We've got to get in and get rehab. We've got to get well. We've got to stay fresh because it's a tough schedule. But I'm still really proud of this group. That their character, the fight that they have, is tremendous. And we played really hard against a good team.
Anything to say to Dakota Warren?
I haven't talked to Dakota. Would you like to say something?
If he was being hard on himself or anything, or if you had...
No, I haven't had a chance to talk to him.
Coach, it seemed like they were kind of on that fake opponent.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, that was my fault. Probably shouldn't have called it. What happened was we had 2 substitutes. 2 guys went down, didn't know it. They went in. It's intended to go to Jeffrey, but he pulled it going. So Bell got in there, and they identified Bell right away. Nathan Jeffrey's on the kickoff, or the punt team, and it was there every time. And the one time we chose to do it, Nathan was hurt, and Bell was the substitute and went in and did what he was supposed to do, but they identified it. Number 20 was in the back.
Coach, defensively...
Is Nathan okay?
Yeah, I think he's okay. He had a great night. Jeez, wow.
Yeah, in fact, talk about that.
Yeah, I just thought he ran awesome, just like we thought he was. It wasn't our intent to get the ball to him 18, 20 times in the first half. Just kind of worked that way. There were a couple plays that we were running. We were able to run the ball straight at them, tackle to tackle effectively, and then they would bunch in there and squeeze it down with their linebackers and put, 8 in the box or 7 in the box, more than we could handle, and so then we had to throw the ball. That makes you want to throw the ball outside. You don't have to. That's the best thing to do. It's just a numbers game, So then we threw it outside. We didn't throw and catch like we were capable of doing all fall. We've been really good at that. So we had a lot of drops. We had some poor throws, but we didn't have the throws that were bad. Where you just throw it up. He was very careful with the ball. Our quarterbacks were.
Coach, defensively, you hold the 4th-ranked team in the country to 7 points in the first half. What does that tell you about your defense?
And it tells us that we got some defense finally around here, and I'm just, I think they just did a phenomenal job. Our defense just played lights out. I hated to see the last couple of ones. Probably should have played more for the percentages and gone ahead and punted it, and not tried to get back in the game there. We went, quick offense and tried to get back in the game, and you run a, possession of 49 seconds or something like that. Doesn't give the defense much time to rest, and they were tired. We were in great shape in the first half. Our guys were really in great shape, I thought.
How much of I think he had 48 passing yards. How much of that was Nick, but how much of it was the secondary of OU?
Well, secondary was good, and they covered our guys pretty good, and it seemed like he wasn't on rhythm, and it was a mess throwing the football, but we went into the game trying to run, thinking that we could run. And so there's some good things we can build on. One of the best things we can build on is the character, not give up attitude. And
One more question for Coach.
Could you run down the injury situation?
Yeah.
Ooh,
As much as
not sure. I don't know if anybody's out for a while. There'll be some guys that are going to be pretty ginger for the Ole Miss game. Disappointed about Mike Edwards getting hit helmet to helmet on that punt he dropped. But we certainly need him to be back. He got a slight concussion. There's no such thing as a slight concussion. He got a concussion, so that's not good.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, obviously they had a good offense, but when it comes down to it, my defense and the guys that I'm playing with, I'd rather go to war with them than anybody in the country.
Is this something you can build on?
Definitely. There was a couple big plays that we gave up. Like I said, we got to go in the film room and correct those mistakes, but we're definitely going to be coming back stronger than we came out today.
Is this better than you guys tackled all last year?
Yeah, we sure did.
Yeah, we definitely stressed a lot of that over the offseason, tackling and form tackling. But that was a big focus over the offseason, and it obviously showed it today in this game.
Thanks, Josh.
Appreciate it.
Excuse me?
Do you feel good about the way you guys played as a defense?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, sir. We held them to their fewest points than they had out last year. We held them to 7 points in the first half. We just gave up 3 bad plays in the third quarter, and that led to 17 points.
Was this as well as you guys have tackled, just bringing guys to the ground, the open field?
Oh, yes, sir. We, like Fely said, we stretched that a lot this spring and this offseason. We do a tackling drill at least 2, maybe 3 times a week.
Do you think you surprised them at all? I mean,
I mean, they probably came in the game thinking they was going to put up 50, but we expected to win. That's why if you see our demeanor, you know what I'm saying, we kind of sad. 'Cause we know we had a chance to win. 3 plays go to our way, and the score might be 24-17 our way. 24-7 our way.
Do this will change their perception of UTEP this season?
Oh, yes, sir. It's a new UTEP. We expect them to win every game. We expect them to go out and do our best. We're going to play as hard every night, harder than we played tonight. You can bet that.
How's this game for Coach guys? Were the guys got disappointed?
We just got to watch the film and look at everything we did good, but everything we did bad, make sure we be 4 plays better. Because turn them 4 plays around and they don't score. So we got to be 4 plays better next week.
What were you guys doing different on third down that was holding them to such a bad percentage?
We was just getting after the quarterback. And we was being relentless on pass rush. That led to, I think we had 2 sacks, maybe 3. But we could have had more than that.
How does this feeling compare to when you guys barely beat Stony Brook last year? Do you guys feel better about yourself as a team right now than you did this time last year?
Yes, sir. Every year is different. And this year we know we have more camaraderie than last year. And like the locker room, you can just it's a more brotherhood feeling in there.
Lots. We can learn a lot. We left a lot of points out on the field. We moved the ball great, but not good enough. We didn't push in the end zone. There's always something you can learn from any game, whether you win or lose. There's always a learning experience, and we got a lot to learn from this game.
What do you feel best about in this game?
The fact that we feel that we know we can compete with a big conference school, big team. Ranked number 4 in the nation. They got some NFL caliber draft guys. They're a great team. We came out here and we felt we were a great team as well. And the fact that we kept up with them for the most part to the very end, we feel like we got a great chance. This is a great team. We got the expectations are so high. The sky's the limit for this team.
is there a difference? I mean, passing the football, that's something that you guys are supposed to be good at. Tonight may be an off night. What about rushing the football? Does it make you feel better to be able to rush and run just straight out there?
Yeah, as an offensive lineman, we like hitting people. That's our job. We hit someone every play. We hit them in the mouth. And, when you're run blocking, you get to run forward and hit them. As far as pass blocking, you kind of step back and you got to punch them. We prefer run blocking. Every offensive lineman does. And it's just a great feeling when you see your running back just taking it to the house or just gaining big yards, and the reason he's getting downfield is because your guy's on the ground. It's a great feeling.
With you guys tied 7-7 at the half, what was the feeling in the locker room at that time?
We were ready to compete. We felt it was 0-0. We were ready to come back out. We were excited. We were pumped. We knew that we had the lead. They're a great team, like I said, and we didn't play as good as we should have. But we were all excited in the locker room.
Secondary, looked like you didn't have a lot of guys to throw to.
They're pretty good. I mean, they definitely had a lot of confidence in them. They ran a lot of man. They're great players, but our receivers are great players too. And we had a couple opportunities to make some big plays, and I think we just got to work on executing that a little bit better.
Coach Price mentioned that through fall drills, things have been going a lot better. Did they throw you off, or just guys were just it wasn't working?
We just kind of left some plays on the field. Something we just weren't getting it done. And luckily, our offensive line was doing a great job with the run game, and our defense was playing lights out. So, that kept us in the game, and we got to progress on our part and get better coming in next week.
What do you think were the main struggles to the third down conversions on offense?
I would say just lack of execution on the offensive side of the ball in the passing game. I'd just say lack of execution.
How do you feel about this as compared to the overtime win against Stony Brook at this time last year?
You would think that, against such a big time team like this, and we played them pretty well, that we would be satisfied. But I know that, we're all still pretty hungry, and we felt like we kind of, let them get away with that because, we had the highest expectations for this team, and we know how good we can be. We know how good we will be coming in these following weeks.
What sort of adjustments do you need to make to fix the lack of that offensive execution?
Just do the little things right, just a little simple, little detailed things that you usually want to think about, just focusing on those and, not thinking about, the whole totality of the game, but thinking about just the little details of each play.
Has this game changed the national perception of the Miners, you think?
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, that was a really good team, and we played them really tough, and I think, but we're still not satisfied with our performance, and we know how much better we can be. So, I think the sky's the limit for this team.
Snake.
For sure.